Welcome to the last drive-in special FearFest edition, and we are going back to 1978 when an unknown director named John Carpenter and an unknown actress named Jamie Lee Curtis made a movie called Halloween that they planned to release on Halloween. How generic. How boring, right? When was the first time you saw Halloween, Darcy? Or should I say, Laurie Strode? That is some good cosplay you got there. When did you first see it?
I never actually watched it until the characters in Scream kept talking about it.
Oh, so late 90s. All right, Darcy the Mail Girl, ladies and gentlemen. Yay. Here, as usual, to field your tweets, your Instas, your Facebook posts, your emails. As soon as the movie starts, Darcy just goes insane on the social media until Twitter puts her in Twitter jail, and then we have to get her out. Or I guess it's Musk jail now, right? But they always think she's a bot. That's how fast she is. A lot of claims are made for Halloween, usually that it was the first this or the first that, and it was not really the first anything. For example, people say Jamie Lee Curtis was the first final girl. She wasn't the first, second, third, or fourth final girl. She was just the best. But the more famous one at the time was Marilyn Burns in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a movie that came out 4 years earlier. It's said that this was the first horror film to make huge box office, 40 million domestic, 70 million worldwide. But once again, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre had made more money. It's also sometimes stated that this was John Carpenter's first movie. It was actually his third movie. He made Dark Star as his student film at the University of Southern California. That was a sci-fi comedy that had Dan O'Bannon in an acting role. And then he made Assault on Precinct 13, an extremely low-budget gangs versus cops flick, 2 years before Halloween. He got the Halloween job because a producer named Irwin Yablans had a new company called Compass International Pictures, and he had made a small profit with Assault on Precinct 13, and so he wanted to work with Carpenter again, and he told him he wanted a horror film, and he wanted the film to be called The Babysitter Murders, and a 45-year-old franchise was launched. All right, that's all I'm going to say about it right now. I'll give you some more background at the first break, but let's look at those drive-in totals and kick off this FearFest special edition. We have 5 dead bodies, 1 dead dog. Yeah. 1 dilapidated spook house used today as a South Pasadena tourist attraction. 8 breasts, multiple aardvarking, 4 jump scares, multiple strangulations, eye stabbing, multiple choking, meat cleaver wall pinning, neck slicing, random bullying with jack-o'-lantern vandalism, tombstone thievery, closet crashing, gratuitous footage from The Thing from Another World and Forbidden Planet, cleaver foo, heavy breathing foo, knitting needle foo, wire hanger foo, point of view camera foo. Drive-In Academy Award nominations for Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis, the only person who knows the evil that walks among us. Jamie Lee Curtis for Holding the Fort Until Dr. Loomis Arrives, and John Carpenter, the writer-director, who had no idea what he had created. 4 stars. Joe Bob says, check it out. John Carpenter, he is a native of Bowling Green, Kentucky, home of the Corvette. They make every Corvette there. If that directing thing had not worked out for him, John could have gone right back home and worked at the Bowling Green assembly plant. Aw, that would have been so sad. Nothing about Corvettes is sad, Darcy. The Bowling Green assembly plant, that's where the magic happens.